worldwide
Today's
reciprocal tariffs on most U.S.
news.
trading partners.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day.
Unplugging from the global supply chain. The president is really placing a massive political bet. What consumers can expect. The real impact is going to be in prices. This is the CBS World News Roundup Late Edition. I'm Jennifer Kuiper. And I'm Linda Kenyon at the White House, where President Trump says it's time for a change.
Starting tomorrow, the United States will implement reciprocal tariffs on other nations.
In the Rose Garden, the president said it's a matter of simple economics.
We will pry open foreign markets and break down foreign trade barriers. And ultimately, more production at home will mean stronger competition and lower prices for consumers.
That includes a minimum baseline of 10% tariffs on all countries that trade with the U.S., including the European Union.
They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%, so we're charging them essentially half.
Other tariffs include 46% on Vietnam, 34% on China, and 17% on Israel. Here's Jennifer Kuiper with more. American ally Australia says the U.S. trade tariff is totally unwarranted. The U.K. says it's still committed to a U.S. deal to mitigate the impact of tariffs. And U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent warns the world not to retaliate. CBS's Margaret Brennan says of President Trump's action, he's essentially trying to unplug us from the global supply chain. This will have implications for consumers in terms of how much they pay for goods that are foreign made. It was interesting in our latest CBS News poll, we saw about 56% of Americans oppose taxes on foreign made goods. That's essentially what a tariff is. CBS's Kelly O'Grady points out, if companies decide to pass that massive import tax on, that they are paying, by the way, not the country's on, prices are going to go higher. But Nick Icovella of the Coalition for a Prosperous America is all for the new tariff.
They claimed that the tariffs would add about $4,000 to $5,000 per household per year globally. That comes down to about $16 per week.
U.S. stocks swung higher at the close today before the tariffs announcement, but stock futures have tumbled and the U.S. dollar has fallen 1% against the euro. The National Weather Service says a severe weather outbreak is possible across much of the nation's midsection. The greatest risk is in the Mid-South and Ohio Valley. Rachel Wolf was at a motel when a suspected tornado hit in Nevada, Missouri. I was actually in the bathtub. It was just like, oh my gosh, it's happening. This is happening. And I just held on. Now this.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cab News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 59 degrees in Alameda, California.